Distrust was probably just like blowing smoke up my ass, 100%. That's how I feel. And I'm like, there was an opportunity here for this to be used. Rohan was like, yeah, like if everyone's on board, meaning like you guys, then I'll do it.
And that's what we had said to Ro in the room too, in OLG. And he's like, I don't feel comfortable, but like kind of like whatever you guys are thinking, but like
Yeah.
I know it's gonna blow up my game with other people.
Yeah.
So we actually all did chat about it, and he's
Yeah.
like, is it better to like make one of Austin and Brayden happy or piss off 4 other people? And that's kind of
For the people,
like,
meaning like Tina, Tara, and Keeper. I mean,
so that is kind of where the decision came from, if I'm being completely honest with you guys.
yeah, but at the same time, it's like if you're working with people, who do you honor, right?
I know.
And that's where it falls short. And if I'm being honest, like, you kind of showed me week 2 that you were capable of turning on me, and I fully expected it again. I fully did, if I'm just being honest.
No, I'm glad you are.
And that's kind of how I felt, so I wasn't surprised by it. I was expecting it at some point. It was unfortunate because in this game going forward, I was ready because I knew that you were super tight with the boys, so I was ready to take that shot for you, and I think I could have done it because I think I'm a competitor and I'm strong.
You are.
And I know that's something that would have been really difficult for you to do, but I mean...
I think it was just like week 2 what happened, like I didn't end up turning on you. Like I sat on that couch and I said, I promise you. Like I'm gonna vote Josh, I promise, no matter what. Like I was so shocked it was unanimous. And then I feel like things never really turned around from there. I was like, Austin doesn't trust me. And then people were coming to me that like you, every HOH that came around, like you were saying me and the boys, you were saying me and the boys.
Never. And I heard that after.
Fuck, I wish you would have just fucking talked about it. But like I hate competition. Like, you know what I mean? Like,
I mean, like I feel like in specifically this setting, if you break the trust once, it's kind of gone. How do you come back from it? In this game.
okay.
You know what I mean?
Kind of.
How do you come back from it? Like if you give someone the second chance and they do it again, then you're just like, in my position. You're on the block, likely going home.
Yeah. You kind of did the same thing to me a few weeks ago, though, and I was like, whatever. And then I was like, oh, it's like, girl, like, you really need to separate yourself from the other side of the house. Like, you really need to. And then it was like at the dining table, and then like outside. I know, understand you're friends with them, but I was like, there's nothing I can really do. Like,
yeah.
We were kind of on opposite sides, weirdly enough.
I mean, I'm just like, I don't think I would have gone about it in the same way. And if I had gone about it, I wouldn't be like masking it with like, oh, like I have you 100%. Like we're such tight friends, like da-da-da-da-da. Because then I just couldn't. Like, just me. Like I couldn't.
I haven't been faking it up until now. Like, you know I've been with you and Bray.
Has that been the case though?
Yes.
I don't know. It's just, it's hard. It's a really bad situation. And like what makes it bad is there was an out and it didn't seem like anyone was on board with it. And it should have been easy. It literally should have been easy. Because if Rohan were to use a veto on likely me, it should have been easy for it to be a vote where I would vote, Rohan would vote, you, and then one other person. Would have been done.
But going forward, like that is setting up more people to be pissed off at me, like next week.
Yeah, we have to have a little bit of faith that at least the people that you're working with would potentially win.
I know, but that's not always how this game works, right?
I mean, it's fine. It is what it is. I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. I'm just being honest here.
I know, I'm glad you are. I kind of wish we were like weeks ago. I just don't want things to be like just shitty for the next like 3 days or whatever happens or moving forward. And I kind of want to see where you're at, like if you do stay Thursday.
I mean, this whole thing has just really been done in like the shittiest way. And I know that like it's invisible, it's supposed to be moving. It got narrowed down. I'm fairly certain it's Ty. To put 2 people who are best friends on the block is already a lot, which it's the game. Totally fine to put them on slop, to be kind of like not spoken to, a little isolated. That adds another layer to it. To have everyone promise us, oh, like if the POV is one, 100% we'll use it on you as long as everyone's on board.
I can't
that changes
with Ro and say, dude, use it. It is his own POV. It's the same as when someone's HOH.
But I'm just saying,
if their power.
Everyone was saying, if anyone wins it, we're on board to use it. And then seconds later we hear, no one's on board with it.
And that's 100% on Ro.
I don't know, though.
I actually would have shown you something different if I were to be in that competition. I can't force Ro to do something he doesn't want to do, especially when he's coming to me saying, I'm starting this conversation off by saying I'm uncomfortable using it, but where are you guys at? Oh, 100% I could have been like more like, let's do this.
I mean, Brayden said he came to me and was like, if it's used, do I have the votes? And you're like, no.
It wasn't. The boys were 100%. If you guys are split up, like it's... I said to him at the sink, if Austin gets off the block, Brayden, you're still most likely going home. Everyone wants the next duo out. And that I was just being straight with him. Everyone's looking at duos. That's all this game is.
I mean, so that means that the entire leading up for weeks, all those conversations were literally just bullshit.
Which ones?
That they wanted to go to the final 5 with us and work with us,
Hey,
yeah, you guys have... okay, sorry. Sorry. Just let me know when you're done. I was going to do some core in there.
Yeah.
The reality is, have one of us come down. We're not the only duo in the house, and I'm not hard pitching anyone. I'm not. But there's an opportunity there to get a different duo out.
This Final 5 conversation wasn't happening.
We had it multiple times. We had it in the ball pit, even right after the HOH. Like the 5 of us need to stick together.
100%, but that was this week. Before this week, that never happened. You guys were on the other side of the house.
We've talked to them multiple times. Brayden and I went to Jed, we went to Ty, we've talked to you, we talked to the boys, everyone seems cool, we seem all on board.
We never were in a room together, and the boys never came to me. And you can believe me or you're not. You probably don't. That's fine.
I'm just saying from my perspective how this all played out.
100%.
And even right after the HOH, if we're all sitting in a room together going yeah, we need to make sure we stick together, and if you guys are on the block or if you guys are on the block, we'll make sure the veto's used and we'll stick together, and then there's an opportunity for that and it doesn't happen, what does it look like?
Yeah, it looks shitty.
Yeah, absolutely.
Really shitty.
Yeah.
But up until this point, up until this week, it was very clear that Jed and Ty and Kyle and Ro were going against each other, and we were hanging out with different people. It's really what it came down to, was association.
Okay. So what is the conclusion here?
Honestly, I just wanted to be decent for the rest of the week. That's kind of why I wanted to pull you aside. But if you don't want to be
I'm not saying I don't want to be, but I'm just letting you know where this is coming from. I'm not just angry for no reason.
100%.
To have someone telling me to my face while I'm crying that I didn't win something, 100% we got you, don't even ask questions.
I know it's my word against yours, and I'm not going to rub this in your face, but when Kiefer was HOH, it was getting back to me that you were in there saying, Beth.
Why would I say that to Kiefer?
Beth.
Why would I say that to Kiefer?
I don't know.
Why would I say that to Kiefer?
I have no
that makes
clue.
absolutely no sense.
Even when he was HOH, I heard the same thing.
Why would I say that to Victoria? That doesn't make any sense to me. That would make no sense for my game. None.
I thought you were still pissed about week 2, and I was like, well,
no.
I can't be working with someone who just can't get over a hump.
No. When Kiefer was HOH and he put up the boys, my only thing was don't put me up. And he said, they're pitching you and Victoria to go up as a replacement nom. I'm like, the only thing I can say is if you put me up, I have people that are close to me who would probably be upset. Victoria is more of an island than I am. That was my pitch to Kiefer.
Okay.
So you can believe that or not. When Victoria was HOH, it was Kiefer and Latoya on the block. I was like, that's fine. I'm not working with either one of them, so do what you want to do. And then she said that she was going to backdoor Ty if the thing was used, or put him up and still send Kiefer home. And I was like, I don't know what to say about that.
Okay.
I wasn't going into anyone saying Beth. That would make absolutely no sense.
Then someone was obviously trying to tear us apart. For sure, because I heard it so many times.
Yeah, I heard it so many times too. That you were running into rooms saying, make sure that Austin doesn't whatever, or that's all I've been hearing.
Shut
and
the
then an
fuck
opportunity
up.
came where this week, it could have been shown like, you know, okay, if this is the truth and you want to work with me, then show me. And it didn't come through. So, cool.
I didn't have the power, Oz. I don't have all the power in this game at all.
Okay. I mean, obviously we have our own conversations and we have our own like flow of info that gets back to us. I mean, I had a lot of like very candid, blunt conversations, and it seemed super apparent that it was just like a hard no from you and the boys for using the veto. Hard no.
Okay. And then I even said to Ro, that's actually really funny. I even said to Ro in that conversation, please, when you go back to Bray and Austin, and when they come and talk to me, do not put all of this on us, because you know that this isn't all on us. I said that to Ro specifically. And there it is. But again, I don't even know. It's fine. Ro wasn't going to ever use that veto. Even before, when he was telling you straight up, he came into rooms and was like, I have no intention of ever using it, but what do you expect me to say to them? He never had an intention of using it.
I mean,
but it is what it is now.
Exactly. Like, it's Braden and I that are in the shitty position, right?
The shittiest position.
And done in likely the shittiest way.
Mm-hmm. I agree with you. Whoever did it, maybe it was Ty, he's not telling us. Ruthless. Mm-hmm. Personal. Mm-hmm. And something I would have never done. But that doesn't matter. And I feel terrible this week, and it is kind of why I'm like avoiding you, because I feel really bad. And you're right, like I could have pushed. I could have pushed and pushed and pushed harder.
Yeah. Yeah, yesterday just wasn't cool at all. The whole day before it sucked equally as bad. You know,
you've had a really hard 2 weeks.
Like it's not like I was not aware of what was going on around me. Like I was sitting on the blue couches, Ty walks into the bathroom, and immediately the volume goes like this. Like you know, I'm not stupid.
Not even a little bit.
So. People weren't looking me in the eye. They were just like walking past me, not really talking to me. And it's like I've been isolated already by this entire week. And whoever did it was too afraid to do it to my face. Wouldn't have done it to my face. And now everyone's just being weird around me.
And it's generally not what I want for you like this week. Like even in the bathroom this morning, I was like, I hate this. Like, what do you want for Thursday?
What do you mean? Like, what do you, like...
Like, where do you, like, are you going to campaign against Braden? Like...
I'm not going to campaign against Braden. I think that would make, like, zero sense for me, like, even as a human being. I mean, obviously I want to be here. Obviously I'm fairly good at quite a few comps. I've either won them or been like very close behind.
Every single one, yeah.
I mean, either that's something people are afraid of or they see as an asset, so.
Okay. We have a few more days, so maybe we'll cool down and like chat later.
I've like very much come to terms with everything that's happened. I feel like I just have been misled by so many people that I'm like, that's why I'm speaking so bluntly, because at this point, like, I just don't even...
I know, and you said it in your speech, and it was clear.
Mm-hmm. So.
Okay, yeah, I just wanted to pull you aside, but it's obvious, like, we've been both fed lies. I've been misled by you, you've been misled by me, 100%.
Yeah.
And it fucking sucks.
Yeah. And, like, the reality was, like, I was 100%, like, on board, want to work with you and the boys, like, 10,000% telling you everything that I heard. And then I was blindsided. And I was like...
this week, you mean?
No, I mean, like, earlier in the game. And I didn't know what to do with that, because I'm like, okay, here's someone that I trusted the most. And that just changed on a dime. And I was like... Oh.
Like, just because of the Josh thing?
But that's like... I'm sitting there. Someone has literally told me in front of the entire house that they're coming after me. And then everyone that I'm working with and the rest of the house is about to flip on me. How,
it was
like...
just Josh. Like, he was by himself.
I know. I know, but still, it was still my week. It was still someone who's saying they were directly targeting me.
Get that.
And the entire house was about to flip on me, including the person I trusted the most in the house. So you'd be dumb to not, going forward, be a little bit weary of that.
Yeah, oh yeah, for sure.
That'd be stupid.
I was just not about to sit on that couch, Oz, and like be excluded from everything that was going on, especially because you and Brayden weren't there. And I went straight to the pantry and was like, guys, this is what's going on. Honestly, if I would have been in that pantry and been like, fuck it, like right off the bat and been like, I'm voting out Josh, I bet you and I wouldn't even be in this place. It was just because I was thinking of both sides.
Yeah.
Which we have in every single vote, thought about both sides. And then you and I were weird from there.
Yeah.
100%. If I was in your position, of course I'd be wary of you too. I admit that. And then I think just kind of going to opposite sides of the house, it was hard. And both of us hearing bullshit from other people. It's honestly just unfortunate.
Yeah. And then in my position, it's coming on to me now. I'm on the block.
Had the worst 2 weeks.
I'm next to Brayden. I've been on the block for now almost a week and a half total. This week it was done in like a pretty malicious way, in my opinion.
I know. It's not only your opinion.
And that's why I feel like I know it's Ty, because I walked into that room before the POV and he looked really guilty. And I think that's because he wasn't anticipating the whole house to be like, whoa, like that was fucked up.
And everyone was, even Jed.
Yeah, I don't think he was anticipating that. And I think he felt guilty about it. I tried to comfort him. And when I was upset, clearly, from just having a shit hand dealt to me from this week, no one tried to comfort me. And I was like, okay.
You don't think anyone tried to comfort you this week?
I mean, in terms of like people that I was going to and trying to comfort. I literally sat down next to Ty when he looked upset, knowing that it was probably him, gave him a hug, told him it was okay, told him I don't believe it's you, it's fine. And with me, he couldn't even look me in the eyes. That's shitty to me.
It is. To me too.
You know what I mean?
I do know what you mean. Okay, girl.
I mean, I want to sit here and say like, yeah, no, it's cool. Like, I totally get it. It's totally fine.
I'm glad you're not, because I hate that shit.
But, like, this is the reality of how I feel.
No, it's good. I'm just glad we're saying it now, because even yesterday on the couch, I was like, you know you can vent to me, and I was trying to be like, come on, read me out a little bit.
I mean, at that point, I was just like, all the scenarios where this was the end result, it sounded like you were a part of. You know.
There's nothing I can say. It's just, right? It's the same thing as you saying, I never said all that stuff. Like, it's just, it's going to be back and forth no matter what.
Yeah. You know, and then just hearing that, like, even when Brain came to and there was like, oh yeah, there's really no way out of this. It was like, okay, so that's what the reality is.
And I'm going to be straight about it.
No, I know. But, like, if people who said they had our backs, then that wouldn't necessarily be the reality. Unfortunately.
No, I know. What this conversation is making clear to me is that people are obviously trying to pin me, Jed, and Ty as like the bad guys, which is fine. They want to put a target on our back. We've been kind of just sitting, chilling, and I know that's what's happening right now.
And the worst reality too is that by separating me and Brayden, it makes you guys bigger targets.
100%.
And there was a way around it.
I'm gonna go eat, okay? I do love you, Oz.
I love you too. Just shitty. Thank you. Huh? Warnings for